And I believe we're recording.
Cool. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cluster API Provider Azure Office Hours meeting. Today is 13th of May, 2021. Before we get started, a few housekeeping things to keep in mind. Use the raise hand feature in Zoom in case you want to voice your opinion. But still, since we are just a small group, I think it's fine even if you don't do it. We are a Kubernetes 6 project, so we follow the rules there, which is basically be kind to each other. If you have any items to discuss, please add them to the agenda list. And if you want access to this document, please add yourself to the cluster lifecycle Google group. Is there anyone who's attending here for the first time who would like to introduce themselves?
Yeah, hi there, guys. So my name's Daniel So. I work for Microsoft, and I've just joined the Azure Arc team. So I'm working on the Kubernetes part of that. So hi, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Welcome, Daniel. Anyone else? I don't see anybody raising their hand. Okay, all right, let's get started. I don't see any PSAs today, so unless anybody wants to add anything now. Okay, let's jump to the open discussion. So I've added one item here, so let me just go ahead and discuss this. So this is recently we made a fix for the cloud provider config, which is basically like we had an issue where we created clusters prior to 0.4.8, and when we upgraded the providers to 0.4.9, and then when we upgraded the clusters, those clusters failed because it couldn't find the secret Azure.json. This is because we split them into control plane Azure.json and worker node Azure.json in 0.4.9. To fix that, we basically like copied Azure.json with the control plane Azure.json. So this was kind of a temporary workaround that we did to get it fixed for 0.4x. But then we also have to find a way to make it work for clusters, which eventually will get upgraded to 0.5x. But we also don't want to like keep this hack keep it going around in the main branch as well. So I just want to get an opinion of how to handle this. Does anybody have any opinion on this?
May I ask why we decided in the first place to split the files in two?
This was mainly because to restrict the secrets in worker nodes. There were a few things that the worker node secret didn't need, so that's why we split Azure.json into control plane and worker node, which was done in this PR.
I guess if we leave one of the two files named Azure.json with the old name, we don't solve the problem, right? For the other kind of nodes.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the one.
Yeah, I was wondering if we keep the old name for one of the two files, it doesn't solve the problem because the other kind of node will still have the issue. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So basically, the old clusters expect only Azure.json, but in the new clusters, we have updated the templates to include control plane Azure.json for control plane nodes and worker node Azure.json for worker node. The problem is when we upgrade older clusters to newer versions using the new providers. So we could technically like forward port this fix, but I'm not sure how long we want to do this because I feel that it's kind of a hack that we wanted to do for 04x for backward compatibility. So maybe is this something we can just document in 05x? Sorry, go ahead, David.
Sorry, I was going to raise my hand, but I couldn't get my fingers to the buttons quick enough. So could we have some kind of a mutation, a webhook to handle this?
So we thought about that, but this object belongs to CAPI, so we wouldn't be able to do it in CAPZ web. Maybe just like, should we discuss this like asynchronously in the issue itself and stuff?
One other item to throw up. How long do we, like, I think we have like 1 or 2 versions of backwards compatibility, right?
Right, that was my understanding. I'm not like entirely sure on that.
So why don't we, when we go to put out 5x, what if we go and document you must upgrade to 5x? And it can be a stepwise upgrade too. So if somebody went from 4x and said, okay, hey, we need to upgrade to 5x, and then we could upgrade to 6x. They couldn't jump from 4 to 6. If you jump from 4 to 6, then you're going to have bad day. If we document that pretty well, that falls within our support statement. And I think kind of leads people down a path where they can be successful even later stages. Like say someone hasn't upgraded for a long time, they still have a pathway. It's just they have a longer path maybe.
Right, yeah, I think it makes sense to document it instead of like having this workaround lying there. But do you want to like remove it in 05x itself, or we still want to keep it to 05x and then document it for 06x maybe, because we support 2 versions?
I would keep it till 606, and then like deprecate in 5 and say, hey, this is going away, and then in the next one drop it, and that way you have 2 clean cuts before, like you have, here's where you can use it, here's where it's going away. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, makes sense. Does anybody else have any opinion on this? Or okay, I don't see any other topics. Anybody want to add anything in the last minute?
I guess since this is probably the only audience that really cares, I'll just mention that we had all the Kubernetes patch releases yesterday, and I'm working on building the reference images for CAPZ for those. But Image Builder has since changed to use Gauss for validating some stuff, and so anyway, it may take a day or so for me to catch up with those changes, since there's only a Kubernetes patch release like once a month now. It's pretty often the whole world has changed by the time we get to building things again.
Cool, thanks, man.
Sure.
Any other last minute topics? that we want to discuss? Okay, then I'll give you like 45 minutes back of your time. Thanks everyone for attending. See you in Slack.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. It's great to
Bye
see
bye.
everyone.
Have a nice day.
You too. Later.